Cisco and oil in 'em up. It's time to do a new dance. It's called Oil Up Dana White. Grab your best girl. It's time to hit the dance floor. It's called the Oil Up Dana White. And after we will oil up Dana more. First you snap your fingers, snap those fingers left and right. Swing those hips round and round. Now let's not miss any spots now. Now ladies, shake those rumps and do it right. Now fellas, now it's time to slap your wife. Now turn to jive turkeys next to you. Sway left and right and pass the way. Grab them by the shirts and dresses. Call them Ariel and make them cry today. Called Oil Up
Thank you for flying Air Audible. Please put on your headphones and relax as we begin our ethereal journey through the worlds of fiction. Our first destination today takes you beyond the wall. Then, if you look to your left, you'll see the planet Mars. Get a galactic tan. After our brief stop in Gilead, our next stop is your own. Be it the mythical world of Hogwarts or ancient Greece, there are limitless possibilities. Wherever it is, we'll get you there in style. The difference is Audible.
The program is rated TV MA NSFW OMFG GAF TTV BYGAS. It is unsafe for epileptics. It kills lab rats. Why are you still here? This show came out of the dark recesses of a coked-up guy's mind who has just been given too much privilege and access and now just takes a depraved delight in disturbing and scaring you. In fact, if we're being totally honest here, the original creator never expected a third season pickup, so now he's just trying to think of creative ways to kill the characters off. Seriously, don't watch this.
Coming to you live.
We're live.
In front of an audience from around the world, where we talk about fighters, fighting, and events. Welcome to Fight World Live, where you can hear about the latest in the world of combat sports. Get ready to gear up and square up, because we are going live. And now, broadcasting.
Live on Amazon Prime. My name is Gabe, the picnic bed of all combat sports.
Hey, this is Phil from the Small Wiener Club. Sorry to get back to you so late. I just finished reviewing your application and information you sent in, but I am sorry to say that I don't think I can allow you to join our group. From what I'm looking at, your wiener is massive. I mean, the sheer girth and juiciness alone is ridiculous. It looks as if somebody glued a forearm to the bottom of your torso.
Alongside my co-host with the most, four-time world champion, owner of one of the best gyms on the planet Earth, Mr. Gabe. Gabe, how are you doing, my friend? It's been a while, brother.
I'm well, Mr. Potter. It's been too long, my man. Way too long. But back at it. Let's go.
Absolutely. And we are here with the living legend himself, the new host of Fight World Live on Amazon Prime, and this gentleman has a lot to say today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the great Alan Belcher. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great, man. Yeah, we got a lot of news to break today. It was a great weekend of fights. I can't wait to get into all this stuff.
Awesome. All right, guys, are you guys ready for 5 topics? Sounds good. Perfect.
Yeah, the crowd roars.
We are in this bitch like an unborn baby. Let's go. 5 topics. Oh my goodness. Topic number 1. Topic number 1, and asked by the great fans of Fight World Live on Amazon Prime. Thank you very much for the questions. Topic number 1 is one that's close to Alan Belcher's heart. GFL canceled. They just pulled the rug out of pretty much all the fighters that were waiting to fight, they had a stack card, getting ready to go to LA. So many fights getting canceled. Alan, what say you, good sir? What the hell happened? Why did they cancel GFL?
Oh man, you know, I got a lot that I want to say about this, but I don't want to get sued. So I will tell you that I'm very upset about it. I think a lot of fighters on this card. I've had calls from several fighters on this call, being like, "Well, hey, what the hell is going on here? What have you heard? You know, what's up?" Let's just say the main thing here is the funding. No funding. Was the funding ever really there? I don't know. You know, one of the hardest things for this training camp for me and doing this signing with GFL is the constant banter back and forth of, you know, when I make a post or whatever, there's always somebody popping in saying, that's not going to work. I think that they're full of shit. I think it's kind of this or that. And I took a stance the entire time saying, hey, you know, I can't really speak for how legitimate this is. All I know is I have a contract. I haven't saw any money. I even told you guys last time whenever we were talking about it, I haven't actually saw any money with my own eyes. There was a lot of big contracts on this card. Now, what it finally ended this was Darren GFL was pressured by the California Commission to show the money in escrow in a bank account because of the danger of not being able to pay out all these purses. And that is the final straw that made this cut down, was he could not show the money. So he's called all the fighters. So I'll give you a brief, you know, bit of the conversation that I had with him, and that I'm sure he's had with some other fighters. Pretty much, I'm sorry. We apologize. We'll try to cover any hard costs that you have of your training camp. I had this investor, a $50 million investor. He was on board up until yesterday. Now he ghosted on me, which I thought was just really bizarre.
Do we know who the investor is? And pardon my enthusiasm. Do we know the name of it?
I don't know if anybody knows who the investor is.
So it's a mysterious investor. Okay.
I'll try to find out more about that and bring that back next week. I know there was another rumor going around that there was a screenshot of a bank account that he was using to show people that there was money in the account, and that's part of what made me feel safer about it at certain times as well. But yeah, the investor fell through. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think that we're still going to find out a lot more about this as it starts to unfold. But right now, it looks like it's not happening. What I was offered by Darren GFL was equity and revenue share.
Gabe, I told you about this. Remember this?
But no,
they want you to fight for free, right? They want you to fight for free, and then after they made it $2.5 million, I heard about this. Such fucking bullshit. What?
Yeah.
What do you think? You fight for free? You work for free? You're a fucking legend. These guys are fucking legends. You guys are gonna fight for free and bank on the 2% chance that it might pull a profit for the first time.
You know what it feels like? It feels like to me that's what he was banking on the whole time, is that there was no money. Can we get enough money to get this to happen? Because we get all these guys on this one card, we're going to make enough money to pay them. It's like a Ponzi scheme.
You've been in this game long enough. Both of you guys have been in this game long enough. You know what happens and how that story plays out better than fucking anybody. Like, it's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane, Alan. Like, I am so fucking shocked, and it looks so good on paper. And of course, people were ripping on it, and people were ripping on the concept. But I always believe in new players in the marketplace and everything. And remind me of the old IFL, to be honest with you. But, geez, like, so is the GFL canceled for good? Like, is it completely gone for good, or is it just a shutter step?
Yeah, like I said, man, he called everybody and said, we're going to try to do it in June in Miami, but I need you to fight without a guaranteed purse, you know?
No,
I'm not so sure.
everyone signed contracts, correct? You have a signed contract?
Do have a signed contract, correct? Lawsuit?
They should be more worried about you suing than you were worried about them suing. Fuck them. Like, dude, they want you to play for free. You're a fucking legend. That's an insult. Fuck you. Like, no, not you. Fuck them. But like, sorry, pardon my enthusiasm.
The fighters that they signed and have contracts with is a big problem for them because that's all. Like, look, you have how many fighters they have on roster? It seemed like a large amount.
Hundreds.
Yeah.
Tony Ferguson versus Dylan Dance was going to be the main event, Gabe. Like,
yeah, you know, if they don't have the money to do the event, I don't think there's any money. So I mean, it's like, I mean, who do you sue? What do you go after? You know, unfortunately, man, a lawsuit could really lead to some of these small time investors that might have took a chance and put in a little bit of money because they thought there was a big investor, and a lawsuit could go to them personally and could be really bad. So I mean, it's a really ugly situation.
It just makes perfect sense. Your theory, and Gabe, I'm going to kick it off to you, but it seems your theory is more accurate, where they were always banking on, okay, we get all these names based on this imaginary investor, and then based on the tickets we sell and pre-sales and pay-per-views and streams and stuff, that's how we can pay the people, and this is how we can pay off the event. I don't think it played out the way they thought, and I think that's the reason why, you know, now things are starting to crumble. Like, Gabe, what say you? You've been around the block. Gabe, what say you?
First off, like, why are they going to LA? Like, I'll tell you, the commission in California is really a good commission, and they look out for the fighters. And it's a known thing that you need to have money in escrow before you can have an event here. There have been multiple fights that happened where this same thing has happened. There was a big major event that I was part of, the one where Don Fry got in a fist fight with the Dog the Bounty Hunter's son. That event was canceled by the commission because they did not have the money in escrow. And so, I mean, if you're going to try to play this game, why go to LA? Why not go to a place where the commission isn't on the up and up? California, like, Andy Foster is a former fighter, so he runs it the way fighters should enjoy it. Now, and they're very, very strict, and I actually kind of appreciate that. So the fact that they came to LA, now I guess, like, if you're trying to, you know, build, you probably would have been better off in Nevada, to be honest.
Yeah.
But any other, why LA is the market? Because California is super strict. So
because he's retarded. That's the only logical explanation for this. Like, and to pull the rug at, like, all these fucking legends who are expecting this big payday, you know, and they were sold this concept and they believed and bought into the concept, because I'm sure like Alan, a freaking legend who's built the sport on his back, and like you guys, you believe in new concepts and new players in the marketplace. So of course you're gonna say, okay, you're giving me money and I get to build a new entity. Fuck yeah, sign me up. Like, it just, and then saying, oh, now you have to fight for free. Like, it's a fucking, and I'm offended for you, Alan, because you're a fucking legend and you built the sport, and to ask you to fight for free is a fucking insult. I'm more insulted than I think you are right now.
The other part is, Alan, you've been in training camp, and you don't get paid for training camp.
No.
So basically, all that time and effort for something to have duration is now out the toilet. Like, all that time and effort, and let's be honest, when you have family, you have other things going on, a training camp on top of all the other parts of your life, that makes life stressful. And to not have something at the very end culminate, that's a big problem.
Yeah, it's a huge problem, man. It's hard to you know, get your mind in the right frame of mind to be like, okay, I'm training for a fight and I need to focus on this. Because one thing, training every day and then having your life responsibilities, and it's another thing to have the life responsibilities, but then put your mind in the fight and the training camp. It just really sucks for all the fighters, man. It's just it's part of the game. I feel bad for a lot of the guys that are honestly not as savvy is like with making money and stuff as I am. You know, I feel like there's some guys that just they never really figured out how to make money except for fighting, you know. And it's like, and a lot of these older guys too that were getting a chance where they hadn't been doing anything for a while, and I think they needed it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, my take was after the departure of Bellator, PFL is putting such a garbage platform out that we need something else to kind of take up that number 2 spot. And I was very hopeful that GFL, when I saw the roster and what they were doing. Now, I will 100% admit that I'm not a big fan of the teams, but the way they were doing it made a little more sense. The idea of like, you know, each team franchise makes some money, much like how they do franchising in other sports. I personally don't think it's a great business model, but I was hopeful that it, like with the fighters they had, they could make it work.
Right. Yeah. That's what I was hopeful for too. That it could be an economic move that could help the fighters. That sad thing now is there's kind of a false economy right now that a lot of these guys, they don't really know what are these guys worth. You know, this is all fake contracts. So, who knows? Who knows where to go from here? You guys want to start a MMA promotion?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
We could probably get a bunch of guys for cheap.
We can do it. We can do it, man. There's plenty of people in the marketplace right now. There's plenty of free agents. So
there sure are.
Yeah, the dollar amount for those free agents is
Alan, I will pay you in friendship for your services. I will give you precisely.
That's the GFL business model.
That's the GFL. We pay you in friendship.
Look, I can't pay you now, but after we get used, you're gonna get 2%. I promise.
Yeah. Alan, if we make a profit after 2.5 million, then you'll possibly see $3 or $4. Alan, what do you say? Investors, possibly you. Like.
Oh man, yeah. I'll keep.
Investors, how about you invest in yourself?
Come on, you guys, work for free. Everyone's doing it. Like, dude. Fuck you. Fuck the GFL. Fuck
I'll
them.
see what else I can dig up and find out, and let you guys know more next week if we talk next week.
To be continued. Awesome. All right, this subject is.
So that keeps subject number 1. We're gonna have like a 2.0 of subject number 1 next week.
Oh fuck yeah! Or we could just say fuck the GFL on every single topic moving forward.
Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes.
I got Dominic Reyes by KO.
All right, for Bryce Mitchell versus John Silva, who you got?
I got John Silva, KO.
Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull.
I have Patricio Pitbull by decision.
All right, next up, Michael Chandler versus Patty Pimlet.
Ooh, I got Patty Pimlet by decision.
Who you got, Alexander Volkanovski or Diego Lopez?
I got Volkanovski by decision.
I was doing my Penny's Picks on my OF Live on Friday.
Penny's Picks!
And by the way, I've got to say, your girl was pretty spot on. I missed 2. I picked the preliminary and the main card, and I missed 2 fights.
Dang, which fights did you miss?
I picked Jan. I thought that she would be able to keep it standing and keep the distance. I know, you did. And then I picked Pitbull winning by decision.
Yeah, I picked Pitbull too.
Yair just completely shut him down.
Yeah.
It was a tough one, and I kind of forget how, like, the size difference, and I forget how much Yair has, like, really grown into himself and has filled in a lot of gaps. So he was very impressive last night.
Yeah, I was surprised. And I was also surprised how kind of shell-shocked Pitbull looked. Like, it looked like he was a little, not himself, right? Like, he wasn't as aggressive as he could have been.
Oh my God.
Are you guys ready for topic number 2?
Sure.
All right, fuck the GFL. Topic number 2. Topic number 2, UFC 314 just happened, just in the books, wrapped up like a Christmas present. A great night of fights leading up to the main event. Of course, we have Volk, always a game opponent, always awesome, retaining and winning his championship. Alan, what say you about UFC 314? What are your thoughts? What do you think about the event?
I thought it was an amazing card. It was packed with superstar type of fighters, lots and lots of skill. I thought the fighter of the night was John Silva. He was ridiculously skilled and just flawless and confident as crap. And I was actually I'm a huge fan of Fight Nerds, and but I was pulling for Bryce Mitchell. I know Bryce, and I was hoping that he could get in on his hips and take him down, but it was just, man, it was huge. It was crazy. It was crazy, man. But yeah, the whole night was just awesome. You got to, I don't remember everybody off the top of my head, but of course Dominic Reyes had his, I think he's 3-0 now.
Yeah.
Volkanovski looked great, and it wasn't an easy one battle, but I mean, I feel like he won the majority of the fight. He was kind of winning all night long, but it didn't come at a cheap cost. I mean, he looked pretty beat up in the, afterwards, and Diego is just big, man. He's just huge, bro. Huge man. For 145 pounds, he looked like he weighs 200 pounds.
Yeah.
5'11".
I was so impressed with Dominic Reyes too, because you got to figure 2019, he loses to John Jones in a very, very close decision. I mean, people are saying that John Jones could have lost that fight. Then Dana White releases the COVID-19 virus, so it kills any witness that John Jones potentially lost that fight, because John Jones, of course, is the greatest of all time. And I don't blame him, just trying to kill every single witness who saw that fight. And then he loses, goes 0-4, and then now he's on a 3-0 fucking win streak, and just, the second coming of Dominic Reyes, and I'm coming just thinking about it. But that was awesome. And
oh my God.
But also Bryce Mitchell getting choked, and Gene Silva, usually a very mild-mannered gentleman, like so quiet, so humble, literally was fucking setting up Bryce Mitchell in traps, yelling at him, taunting him, and then choking him the fuck out. Like, wow, holy shit! I've never seen Gene Silva that mean.
Man, I will just, on that note, Fight Nerds, they have the full package. They have the one thing that I could say about this team is the energy. It's energy. It's like it's just, they have this momentum, and they have this energy that they're feeding off of each other, and they have this open-mindedness of just this like development and evolution of the mind also. It's like they're and I think what you were seeing too in the buildup of the fight is kind of like a part of that energy. Just the guys know that their social media and their PR has to be there too, and now they're creating this type of persona, and and John Silva, and just the team is there supporting him and just feed him that energy. Just go with it, man. Go with it. Be that barking dog, whatever, and whatever the weird stuff that was going on. It just all it all just led up to it, and the glasses and the whole 9 yards. But man, the precision of their skill set on the feet, the footwork is the footwork looked to me to where he knew he had that confidence in his ability, his timing, and his footwork, to where it's like, I can hit you, you can't hit me, you can't get in on a takedown, I can do whatever I want type of thing, and just staying right outside of range, and then throwing shots and just trying to set up that spin kick. It was just beautiful.
Crazy. Gabe, what say you about UFC 314? What are your thoughts?
Well, I can't believe no one brought up Paddy Pimblett, man.
That's right.
Like, I really, You know, he's one of those guys that everyone like was shitting on. And I'll be honest with you, I was like, I don't know how good he is, but I mean, he is fighting aging fighters that are well past their prime, but still, he looks really impressive when he's doing it. And I mean, he took Chandler out when Oliveira couldn't, when you know, some really high level guys weren't able to do it. You know, and really impressive in that respect. I mean, good footwork, good standing. Great grappling exchanges, took Chandler down, and not a wrestler at all. And Chandler is a good wrestler. You know, that was an exceptional fight. I loved Gene Silva choking out Bryce. I am not a Bryce Mitchell fan. I'm not friends with him, and his Hitler more than enough
With
to make
fishing with Hitler comments, it wasn't that, right? I can't be.
As a member of the tribe, I personally have major issue with that particular statement. But hey, to each their own. Everyone can believe what they want to believe. But I agree with the Volkanovski fight. It was a tough fight.
Oh yeah.
But he did win, in my opinion, every round. And it was a dog fight. You know, I think it came down to his tenacity and his will to win was better, stronger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was a good card. It was a fun card. I watched it live. It was fun.
Slow down and catch the vibe. Weekly buzz will be on tonight. No bull stand true and tried. It's Buzzwood, it's ride or die. Slow down and catch the vibe. Weekly buzz will be on tonight. No bull stand true and tried. It's Buzzwood, it's ride or die.
Walking into the world famous Dubai Mall. And I just want to thank everybody who's ever supported this. I thought Dubai was a dream.
I'm socialist, face it. I'm going to tell them when I see it.
Oh, yeah.
Go!
Let them fight! Three and four together! Let's go! Let's go! Separate. Get it to him. 50 seconds. Come on, Kai.
Let's go, Kai.
I think that the king stands alone on the throne in the zone. I don't think that anybody is going to touch King Kai as of right now. Why do you think that I gave him the credit that he deserves with the all-hail bow? I did it now. I'll do it again. King Kai Stewart is on another level, undefeated, undisputed, uncontested, and more importantly, undeniable. Do it!
Yeah, baby! Hey, let's go! McGregor! Go, 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 go!
referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliana, steps in calling a stop to this fight.
My God,
Number 4. For your winner by TKO and still undefeated, Nico the Iron Guffey.
Bro, what's up?
You gotta get in trouble sometime.
I asked him. He said, "Can bring him up." Bro,
Yeah, that's the boss's fault.
yeah, that's the boss.
That's the boss's
The boss
fault,
said,
right?
"Yeah, bring him up. Bring him up." You know what? This kid right here is like Conor McGregor's not gonna forget this kid anymore ever again.
Let's go.
Been on his plot.
I also said that I will impose my will on everybody in the BKFC. We have Conor McGregor lighting a cigar for me. We got beautiful belt after belt after belt. There's nothing King Kai can't do. It's the bus world, baby.
Fuck the GFL. Are you guys ready for topic number 3?
Yeah, hit it.
All right.
Hit us.
Fuck the GFL. Let's go. Topic number 3. Oh my goodness. Alan, this topic is going to make you angry. And Gabe as well. Topic number 3. Newest presidential candidate looking to make Ireland great again. Alan, what say you, good sir?
Is this a joke? Is this? I've seen this. I've seen this on social media, but I don't really know the legitimacy of it. Please tell me. Please tell me it's a joke.
So
Please
apparently,
tell me it's a joke.
So Conor McGregor is running for president under the promises of a couple of things. One, that it'll be legalized to throw dollies through bus windows. If you do not watch BKFC, you will die by firing squad. So forcible rape in parking lots is the new Irish hug. Also, anybody that brings up his loss to Habib it'll be considered war crime. So obviously he would have to kill somebody in prison, everybody that brings up that loss. And also, you must drink Proper 12 to sober up. And the new national anthem will be Hypnotized by Biggie Smalls. So yes, he's running on those campaign promises. It seems promising, but Alan, what say you about that?
Oh man, I think it's a man. What a clown. I don't know. I mean, dude, the guy's out of control, man. The guy's out of control. It's just wow. I mean, I don't know. Ireland, I don't know much about Ireland. I don't want to disrespect the people, but I don't think that a country could be that bad off and that ignorant.
A couple things about that. He is not liked at all in Ireland. The Irish people as a whole do not like him and his antics. And you would guess that punching an old man in a bar and raping multiple women would make people dislike you. You would expect that it would be the other way around. And acting like a complete braggart prick, no matter where you go, is not the way to be nationally idolized. I know he thinks otherwise, but I've heard that you have to have 3 members of parliament agree that you're going to be the candidate to become a candidate. And there are also like 10 candidates. It's not just 2 or 3 like America.
Okay.
So the chance of him even being remotely close to being even a candidate is very, very difficult. Not to mention him win. Now he has more name recognition than most people just coming out the gate, right? So that might put him in some type of contention. But from everything I've heard, he is detested in Ireland. So I can't imagine him coming in.
But it's not a straight up Democratic vote.
I believe it is in the respect of there is a voting system, but there are multiple candidates, and before to get on a ballot, you need to have 3 members of parliament agree that you are a potential candidate.
Well, seeing as how most countries have some form of a democratic republic, meaning that the people can't, because like, let's say, everybody is just dumb and they just vote for Conor McGregor, that wouldn't be a good thing. Yeah. So that's why this is a great argument to realize how a democracy is not the best way to do it.
So, Alan, you would wait, whoa, Alan, you would say that him showing up at the White House, coke to the gills.
Nice kids, nice suit. It's one of my own. I guess you want to do one. I tell you what, your work ethic is inspiring. Your work rate is inspiring.
And hanging out with Donald Trump and being on his dick, like my prom date, you would say that would lead him to not being a good candidate or a good candidate to choose for president. Is that what you're saying, Alan? Really?
Yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe that Conor. I couldn't believe what I was seeing when I saw Conor McGregor in the White House. That was wild. That was wild to me. There's just like so many crazy things happening with the what's the Ukrainian president with Trump and
oh my god.
Yeah,
that was great.
They were just live streaming, just bullying the guy.
From the entire time, just bullying him.
Painful.
What are you wearing?
I'm like,
what are those?
So next year's plans don't include the trans. You know, the thing is, though, Adam, aren't we all born in the wrong body? I mean, I look at you. You would like a better body.
This is true. I was ranked 3rd in my high school in wrestling. I was homeschooled. Grandma was a beast, But yeah, one of the big issues is transgenders in sports, and I volunteer as a middle school wrestling coach, and if somebody's willing to get a sex change to win a medal, that's the kind of commitment I'm looking for in an athlete, because my team sucks as boys. As girls, we have a shot, we are trading peanuts for gold next year, and but like Leah Thomas was ranked 462nd as a man, and then ranked number 1 as a female, and if you look at her, she had like 3 feet on each girl, minus 6 inches. But now there's a transgender task force, which I have so many questions. Like, is it made of transgenders? If so, they should be called the X-Men.
Yes.
Or at least the Decepticons. But I do have a friend. I have a friend who's trans female, and she's a fighter at MMA, and she was born a man. Her name is Jita the Man-Eater, and I swear, my life. And she fights men, and she doesn't always win, but she had balls.
Yeah.
Come on, nothing on that. But I'll tell you who I do feel bad for with this whole thing is gay people, because everyone like being gay was edgy.
Yeah.
Like now it's like, wait, you're a dude who bangs dudes? Okay, boomer.
On that note, let's move on.
I got my wife a Colin Kaepernick jersey, so she spends more time on her knees. Did a show one time. Go Steelers. Yes, that was the whole point of the show. I don't know if you're talking about the football team or the people at Rite Aid. Everyone's just stealing shit. All right, you know what, fuckers? And Miss, how are you doing with the maroon, or what color that is? Maroon, brownish? Is this your boyfriend, or?
It's your birthday today.
It's your birthday. Just so you know, here in Covina, it's custom to blow the comedian on your birthday. So, sir, come up here. I'm kidding, fucking relax. Thank you, I appreciate it. Who's who keeps saying goddamn? Fucking this guy, fucking right there. I like this guy, because he went to Supercuts and asked for one of everything. I've never seen a receding mullet.
Okay. All right. Fuck the GFL. Are you ready for topic number 4?
Yeah, enough of Conor McGregor.
Let's
All right. Fuck the GFL. Let's go topic number 4. Oh, topic number 4. And so Cain Velasquez going to jail. He was officially sentenced. I would have personally, and Gabe and I, we talked about this. I would have sentenced him to 6 years of high-level praising and singing his praises on a routine basis and making it by law you have to praise him, and then sending him to the gun range for some gun training so he can actually hit the pedophile next time. But that's what I would have sentenced if I was the judge, and call me crazy. But, but Alan, what say you about that sentencing? Was it fair? What say you, good sir?
I don't know the details about it. I'll start by saying that, but from what I can tell, I agree with you as far as the way I think that justice should go here. Did Cain Velasquez go about it the wrong way? I mean, I think what you do in this situation, if you're ever in that situation, if you can keep your cool a little bit, what you want to do is you want to do kind of the same idea as like shoot the guy or whatever, but don't get caught.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? You want to do it in a very calm, like a quiet place, not down the interstate, hanging out the window or something like that, but just do it in a way that you can't get caught. And then even if you do get questioned about it, they're not going to push the case very hard. But like when there's cameras on the highway and stuff seeing you do it and you accidentally shoot somebody else, then that's, but I think that was probably his biggest mistake was like shooting someone else, doing it on the interstate. I don't think, I don't blame him that much, man. It was really bad. But we can't take the law into our own hands. So what I did hear though, I don't know if you guys heard that he's only going to serve, I think, 1.5 years or something.
1.5 years. Yeah, he's already time
Yeah.
served. So I said on the last time we talked about this, I was listening to an attorney talking about it, and he was saying that the state wanted 30 years. And the parole board, because they apparently have a say in it as well, they said they wanted 8 years. So for him to get 5 years with time served is absolutely the best possible sentence he could have had. Now, okay, listen, there are two separate sides of it. There's my own personal feeling, and my feeling is all pedophiles, they should be
shot, killed, murdered, and hung.
In fact, one of my favorite videos of all time is, you remember there's a video of a guy, he's talking on the phone, on the payphone, and the pedophile, the karate coach walks by and he pulls his gun, shoots him in the head, and then drops the gun. He's like, hey. And that
that's
guy,
awesome. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And like, when you hear the story about what this instructor did to his son, and how, like, just as a father, like, how can you not just want, like take him to the street and kill them all? I have no problem with that at all. And I agree with Alan, but I would never say it in that way. If they just mysteriously disappear, then who is at fault? I mean, they probably on vacation or something. I have no problem. I have no problem with a pedophile going on a nonstop vacation. But he shot a firearm on an open public place, and he didn't even hit his target. So now impulse control is a big deal. And I am a father of 2 beautiful daughters, and I can't even envision any, like, even if being in a scenario like this could I keep my cool enough? I don't know. I really don't know. But we abide by laws for a reason. And if you're going to do something like that, you need to at least hit your target.
I think
I feel.
So that's why I would sentence him to 6 years of gun training so you can better shoot pedophiles. And by the way, I think everybody should go to, like, if you're a pedophile or a convicted sex offender, you should go into a football stadium while everyone can watch, and you should die by firing squad. I think that's the, like, automatic death.
Stoning. Let's go back to stoning. Everyone gets a rock and gets to fucking throw a rock at you. I'm all right, like, you're a pedophile. You're the lowest of the low. Like, genuinely. Like, you hurt children. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Like, we should go back to stoning. I'm okay with
And
that.
you're right, Alan. Kane should have not used his gun to shoot at both the driver and the pedophile. He should have used our guns to shoot at the pedophile, and they fuck them. Like, fuck them. Like, I think if you're the driver of a fucking pedophile, you're an accomplice. So I think you're guilt by association. Like, anyone that's friends with a known pedophile should be fucking shot just as well. Like, fuck them.
I disagree with that. It was his mother's husband.
Okay.
And we have no idea what he's telling. And it's very, very possible he has, like, he's just, listen, I have no doubt that we don't know enough about what happened and what transpired to make that call. But I have no doubts that guy is open about being a pedophile to his family.
Right.
You know? And I guarantee you he's telling his family something else. So someone else being there to pick him up from jail. Now, if it was his pedophile buddy, that's a whole different scenario. But a familial, let's be honest, most people are going to cover their family from the get-go. You know what I mean? If one of my family members was convicted of something, I would try to be like, it's probably a miscommunication. There's something going on here. I want to hear it from my family. There's something else, because you're going to abide by what your family tells you initially. So I don't think the guy, again, but we don't know about the story one way or the other.
Crazy.
We all know somebody that ended up being a pedophile that you were like, what the heck? I didn't see that. They had regular friends.
Oh my God. Somebody from my town, like childhood friends with my cousin. Dude, he's away for 7 years now because fucking child porn and everything like that. We all fucking deaded him. And thank God he doesn't come around. My cousin wanted to kill him. I wanted to fucking kill him. Like, yeah, that's a deal breaker for me. As soon as you fucking hurt the children, you're fucking deaded like that. Like, there's no coming back from that. You're not a human. You're the lowest form of fucking life form. Die by firing squad. I think, and I've known the kid too. Like, my cousin grew up with him. But as soon as you fucking any abuse towards kids, I don't even fucking know you. Like, if you die, if you die tomorrow, it might be a big deal to your family. But for me, it's Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even give a flying fuck. Like, you're just, lowest form of life form. I think the law needs to stop being pussies and say automatic death penalty for fucking pedophiles. Automatic. Like, by the hands of fucking the father or the hands of the family member or by the police. Fucking, if they die, who cares? They're just a waste of society, a waste of air. Like, fuck them. Like, who cares?
It sounds something that can be fixed. I had a close friend of mine. He was 44, owned a jiu-jitsu club. I taught multiple classes at his club to help him out, and he ended up sleeping with a 14-year-old girl.
What?
And he was telling me how mature she was, and I go, if I see you on site, I am beating your ass. Understand that you hope to never see me again. We're no longer friends. Like, you do something like that, I'm sorry. And you can tell me whatever you want about how mature you are. A scumbag pedophile. If I see you, it's on site.
Let's go.
All right. Now? 5 minutes.
Now, got 5 minutes on the clock.
And then answer with that sucker in there.
All right.
Okay. You don't like it already?
I can feel it.
You can feel it already? Mm-hmm.
All right. What kind of music do you like to work out to and why?
Metal. 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 Metal.
If you could vacation anywhere, where would you vacation at?
Her eyes are watering.
Italy.
Why would you vacation there?
I'm done.
Oh!
Yeah.
2 minutes.
Going. All right. Already hot?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what is your favorite app on your phone that you could not live without, and why?
Instagram.
What makes you angry?
People ask me stupid questions. I'm crying.
What did you think you were going to be when you grew up? No more?
I know, man. Whew. Oh.
Well done.
One last question. Would you recommend this challenge to other people?
Hello. My mouth hurts. Dude, wait.
You looking to be a pro wrestler? Well, tonight I'm going to hit you with the top 5 list of matches that you should watch if you want to be a professional wrestler.
The recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
So let me start right out of the box. Now, these are not in order. These are just, I'm just going to list 5 matches and some honorable mentions. So there's no order, 5 to 1. There is no order. Just watch. These are top 5 matches, in my opinion, that you should watch. Going first is Bret Hart versus Shawn Michaels from WrestleMania 12, the Iron Man match. That is 60 minutes of full art. You should watch every single second of it and literally soak it in. From beginning to end, it had everything. It had fast pace. It had mat wrestling. It had some high flying. It had drama. It had submission wrestling. It literally had everything. Bret controlled the first half hour. Shawn Michaels controlled the second half hour. That's why if you watch the first half hour, it's very slow, methodical, very mat-based. And then the second half, it picks up, very spot-based, very high-flying based. That was all Shawn Michaels. So, fantastic match for any type of style. I would highly recommend the Iron Man match from WrestleMania 12. Another one, of course, this is going to be on everybody's list, but it's Randy Savage versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Steamboat talks about it, about how Macho Man literally carefully planned every single thing from beginning to end. Some guys like doing that, some guys don't. But it does help. 3 would be Mr. Perfect versus Bret Hart from SummerSlam 91. Anybody who wants to be just a good shoot wrestler, we should watch this. Fantastic work from the both of those guys. And listen, say what you will, Mr. Perfect to me is one of the guys who never had the championship and should have, because that's how good he was. He was just as good as Bret, if not better, but that's a debate for another time. That is definitely a debate that's coming. Number 4 here is Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio. Now, there's no pinpoint match here. They have had so many matches with each other. Pick one, study it, learn it. If you want to be a high flyer, and you want to apply correct psychology to a match as a high flyer, I would highly, highly, highly recommend watching Eddie versus Rey. Those are the kinds of lucha libre type matches you want to emulate. Number 5 is, of course, Shawn. Fantastic from the both of those men. And like I said, just a fine piece of art.
Are you guys ready? Yeah, you guys ready for the 5th and final topic?
Ready.
Fuck the GFL. Let's go. The 5th and final topic. 5! All right, boys and girls, children of all ages, all my bros and hoes in different area codes. Topic number 5. Dana White rumored to be starting a new boxing promotion. I actually hung out with him at Madison Square Garden for the boxing promotion. Really exciting. Great product. What say you about a new promotion? A lot of people are saying, I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be great, but he has Saudi investors right now. People are really hyped to the tits about it. Alan, what say you about a new boxing promotion started by Daddy Dana?
Yeah, so what I've heard, is that there's a 10-year plan to take over the sport of boxing. And I think what you're going to see is, I'm not sure if they've announced this or not, but they're planning to do Canelo. I don't know who it's going to be, but I think what you're going to see is a couple of fights this year and maybe a fight or two next year that'll be the names that you know of, trying to use some of the names like Canelo, like Bud Crawford, Usyk, maybe things like this, where they bring these guys in and it will cost a lot of money. And as they build these cards up, you'll see guys on the undercards that they're going to start to build up. And as the old names go away, so do the $100 million purses. Yeah. These huge super fights that we've known, for pay-per-view, big name Floyd Mayweather fights or whatever. They'll just go away because now you'll have a UFC of boxing where the guys come in and they make $10,000 or $20,000 in the beginning. They work their way up into 50 and 100. And, that's always been kind of the argument in the debate with MMA and boxing is like, oh, boxers make a lot of money. And it is true, but there's more MMA fighters that make a living boxing. The boxers either they make pretty much nothing or just these huge amounts or whatever. So this the good side of it. The bad side of it is just by, I don't want to say monopolizing it, but just by controlling the industry, they're going to have all the control and be able to pay fighters less. But the good thing is that boxers, guys out there and I work with a boxing team, and there's a lot of these kids that are really good amateurs that want to be pro, and they're not all going to be able to make a living doing it, And now, there's a lot better chance for some of these guys that are really out there fighting. Some of these kids are fighting almost every single weekend right now, and the amateurs, they're getting ready. I have a kid that just turned 18 that's holding off going pro until 2028 Olympics. Wow. So he's still got over 3 more years of amateur, fighting 10, 15 fights a year, something like that for 3 more years to go pro. And, it's just a lot of work and not as many. So I think it overall is a good thing for the sport of boxing.
Yeah, and I think it's good for a certain stat. I'm going to kick it right to you, Gabe, but boxing is very, very much going out of business sale. Every single time they have that big fight, that big payday, and the rest of the card is not promoted. What I like about, and there's so many cooks in the kitchen. Every fighter wants to be a promoter. Jake Paul, obviously he's putting on events, but he's also matching up his fighters against people that there's more of a chance of Jake Paul fighters and Jake Paul winning his fights as opposed to other people when they do their most valuable promotions or whatever. There's too many cooks in the kitchen. Have a league, an organized league, do these fucking fights, hype up everybody to the tits, and have that one fight that anchor the entire card, but at the same time promote the other fighters in the next caliber of talent. So boxing has a future, and there's still money that's going to be coming in the door. And nobody knows better to promote superstars like the UFC business model. So, Gabe, what say you, man? What do you think about Dana White going into the boxing business?
I think it's interesting in the respect that the boxing has the Ali Act in possession. So I have heard that they're going to try to do most of the fights in Saudi Arabia, so they don't have to follow the Ali Act, which makes sense.
Oh, man.
It comes from how they do stuff, but I think boxing, the model of because of the Ali Act, the promoter doesn't have as much power as they would otherwise, because they have to give half the money to the fighters. So that's why you're going to have those undercard fighters that are making 20 and 20 instead of instead of like your 10 and 10 in the UFC. But I think Dana's been a good promoter, and I think the boxing world needs something else. But I don't think it's bad or good. I think it kind of is.
I was this guy, weak, nerdy, and now look at me.
Are you there, God? It's your friend Cancer. I'm sorry to call. I wanted to tell you about someone I tried to meet by the name of Jake Paul. He's weighed 750 pounds of shit and about 6 bags tall. I'm sad that 28 years ruining Earth and he hasn't gotten me at all. Decade of self-serving elderly beating false accolades. Needed to call a spade and ask for a trade. My time to invade his roided body is starting to fade. The world is counting on us. Can you give Jake Paul a hint? It all started in the 90s when his mother didn't swallow. Produced 2 blonde attention whores, adding to a Kardashian ran world already plastic and hollow. Dancing on the internet, poisoning the young. Whimsy Jake on Disney acting flimsy. Logan hanging out where people were hung. If a long career of sucking balls wasn't enough, these Lance-based looking lesbos joining boxing to prove they are tough. Boxing more cans than Campbell's, booking rolling fights they could win. Calling out underpaid mama legends, my patience wearing thin. It's time for you to book a fight that the world wants to see. If Jake Paul can't fight cancer, fighting AIDS would make me just as happy. Are you there, God? It's your friend Cancer. I'm sorry to call. I wanted to tell you about someone I tried to meet by the name of Jake Paul. He's weighed 750 pounds of shit and about 6 pegs tall. I'm sad that 28 years ruining Earth and he hasn't gotten me at all. Decade of self-serving elderly beating false accolades. Needed to call a spade and ask for a trade. My time to invade his roided body is starting to fade. The world is counting on us. Can you give Jake Paul AIDS? I can't wait until you tell me that Jake Paul is AIDS. And give it to Logan Paul too. After that lengthy and all escapade, Jake Paul has AIDS. Jake Paul has AIDS. Jake Paul has AIDS. Good Lord Almighty. Jake Paul has AIDS.
We're gonna wrap up this show like a Christmas present. Final words and final thoughts from fuck the GFL, but final words and final thoughts from the living legend himself, a UFC legend, a BKFC legend, owns his own gym, and trained the next generation of competitor. Final words and final thoughts from the legend himself, Alan Belcher.
Hey, all right. Man, awesome weekend of fights. A few of the topics were painful, especially the Conor McGregor for president. You know, thank God Cain Velasquez is only serving a year and a half. I think we're on the right track. The MMA world is, is it's on a come up. I think we're looking good for 2025. Hopefully, a lot of this stuff is behind us, and we can go ahead on a positive note.
Fuck yeah. And final words and final thoughts from the four-time world champion and owns one of the best jiu-jitsu schools in the world. Sign up for your introduction class and train with a BJJ black belt and a four-time world champion, Mr. Gabe Ruediger. Gabe, final words and final thoughts from you, good sir.
Man, I would like a little more consistency, but I agree the Conor topic was rough, but all Conor topics are. I'd like some more consistency, Potter, and I think Power Slap Fight World Live would do big money.
I think I hard pass on you slapping me. And both of you guys. Both of you
so hard.
No.